This is Professor Michael Chapman. I'm one of the most experienced IVF doctors in Australia. I believe that an important part that I can contribute is to educate patients in relation to fertility, infertility, and all that involves. These series of podcasts help to educate you. I hope they are helpful to you. If you wish to know more, however, I'm more than happy to have you contact me via email, which is profmchapman@gmail.com, or make an appointment to see me on 9138 4222. I then tell them about a study we did looking at over 800 cycles in women 46 and above done in Australia. How many babies did we get out of the 800 cycles? 2. So 2 out of 800 is your chances of conception with your own egg. We then go and talk about donor eggs, because there an older woman can have a baby, and because the eggs are from a young woman. And many will go down that track, and the journey will end at that point. But that balance between the odds of success and the cost to them of doing it again and again and again is something that is a decision that the individual has to make. Patients turn to me and say, well, what do you think, doctor? And I say, I can't make that decision for you. You've got to weigh that up. I'm telling you what the percentages are. You have to make that decision. And until you make a decision, I'm prepared to treat you if you think that going forward is still what you want to do, give yourself some hope. But you have to realise the odds are so low. I get criticised for that approach. There are doctors thinking about their success rates, because that's now public knowledge, who will actually say, no, I'm not going to treat you if you're 43 and you've had 2 cycles and haven't got an embryo. Again, our statistics. That's bad medicine in my view. What we've got to do is reach an agreement between the patient, her partner, and the doctor, whether treatment is worthwhile, and take into account the advice that a good specialist will give you. So they're my thoughts on when to stop.
Prof, can you talk about time laser imaging, or maybe it's time-lapse imaging, and how that can be integrated with AI? Okay,
over the years, technology has brought forward new ideas. The biggest goal we have in women have babies in an IVF laboratory is selecting the best embryo. It's a fairly crude process. It has been a fairly crude process and still is, and where an embryologist is trained to look at the various layers of cells in an embryo and grade it from A to D. And they are reasonably good at picking good embryos. You can certainly exclude bad embryos. So, and what they do is looking at them at one moment on day 5 to say this looks like the best embryo. What has been developed is the possibility of looking at the embryo every 15 minutes from the time it's fertilized right through the 5 days of development. And then what scientists did was try and work out the division of cells and the rate of division of cells and the formation of the various aspects of an embryo. And depending on the time points that things occur, that going to 2 cells, going to 4 cells, going to 16 cells, etc., they attempted to define what the best embryo did. And then working backwards, say, well, if an embryo gets to 16 cells by 72 hours after fertilization, it's going to be a good embryo. And mostly they're right.
And don't forget that you can access all the previous episodes by going to our website, www.theivfjourney.com, and select IVF Journey Podcast from the navigation menu.